Perfect Day Sent. This is Brother Ronald. I'm a Ugandan that I reside in Namibia. So I came to know a man of God through the YouTube channel some time ago. At first, I looked at the prayers. At first, I couldn't understand what the prayers are about. Then I started following the man of God, the teaching. There's a teaching that really touched me, about 15 minutes teaching when the man of God was talking about how he raised the dead. He gave a description on how he came to rise the dead, what he went through, the challenges, the way he had to seek the face of God until God put him to the level that he could be able to rise the dead.
Sir, I could not raise the dead at a certain point in my walk with God until I saw it.
So, I started following the man of God, started praying through the IT 45 minutes prayer. Several times I kept on following the man of God. And once in a while, I wanted to come and visit the ministry. But, I tried, I couldn't be able to make it until of recent. I went through some 3 days of fasting and prayer. And at the end of the 3 days of fasting and prayer, I had applied for the visitation. I got a confirmation that, no, your visitation had been approved. I was so excited. So I followed the process. I got the invitation letter. And all of a sudden, here I am. Now, the experience I had yesterday in the service of the man of God, there's something so special that really touched my heart. Yeah, it was made to understand that we are supposed to be soldiers of Christ. We are supposed to war. So yesterday I enjoyed a lot when we are having that service. We are supposed to be soldiers. We should be able to rise up and roar and fight for our destiny. I should be able to fight the battle.
Everybody must be raised as a soldier to begin to war against the realms of strongholds, to begin a war in the spirit, because we are warriors. We must begin to war in the realms, because that which upholds natural realities is in the spirit realms. So we must begin to go to where the thrones are and seize those thrones and take spoil of the powers that sit on those thrones. So we are in a warfare. The question is, what do we war against? We war against all kinds of invisible creatures that control the visible realms, that manipulate the visible circumstances.
When I went to sleep in the dream, I got a lot of encounters, a lot of dreams that were really talking about my life. I could see somebody that was in the hall, even the hall is being covered with grass. I went and I removed the person. Then I could saw another person that being chased by an animal, a cow, and then people came to his rescue. Then I saw somewhere a house written with a big elf number, and then when it was like not locked, thieves were going to steal from that house. Then I went and I protected the belongings of that house. And all these kind of encounters came just after yesterday's service, where the man of God said, if you're not a soldier, you cannot battle in this war. But you must be a soldier to be able to battle in this war. So I took up that message. I said, look, this is all what I was looking for. Let me rise up and fight. You made me to understand, look, to stand as a Christian, it's a war. You rise up and war. You don't need to underlook yourself. You don't need to give the devil a chance to rule over you. But because of that kind of a teaching, it has encouraged me to rise up as a saint, to say, no, this is the time that I have to rise up and I war against the world of darkness, so that darkness cannot be able to subdue me, but I should be able to subdue darkness. So the teachings of the man of God, they are touching teachings of the man of God that, when you follow those kind of teaching, surely your life should be able to change. As long as you apply, is a man of holiness, is a man of consecration. He teaches more of fasting, prayer, consecration, holiness. This is real packaging of Christianity. You find that in anyone that is here, you see people are fighting, people are rolling, people are fighting to ensure that they can take charge of the spiritual realm. The conference has been really an amazing conference. We have really enjoyed an extraordinary experience. The teaching of Papa John, we have understood the deep things of the Spirit. The man of God has elaborated more of the spiritual things that are taking place in the realms of the Spirit. we have come to understand more on actually what is taking place, what actually we didn't know exactly what's happened in the realm of the spirit, how the authority that the Lord has given us as far as the spiritual realm is concerned. No, we have understood exactly how do you operate in the spiritual realm that can be able to know to fight the devil. It's not all about the gates of hell whereby the devil comes to attack us, but we have the right to go and cross that gate and then be able to fight the enemy from the realms of the spirit. This has empowered us. We have seen an experience that is outstanding. The way the Lord has used the man of God, he has touched individuals that have been able to operate in the realm of the spirit. They're able to go in the spiritual realm to contend with the enemy and fight the devil from that side. And this has really transformed my life. I've come to understand more of the spiritual things in this conference. They're teaching about the man child that's going to be born. What actually that has been brought up as a church, that man child that is being born, that has actually being prepared for the church, the preparation of the church for us to contend with the red great dragon. What the man of God preached about, that red dragon that we are fighting against. I've learned more of the spiritual things, what actually happened in the realms of the spirit, how to contend in the spiritual realm, how to fight, what actually that is all about spiritual life. This is not all about a church where you come for deliverance or prayers or whatever. This is a church where you are actually made to become a soldier of Christ. You contend with the devil, you rise against the powers of darkness, you rise against Satan himself. You take that authority as a soldier of Christ, that you can be able to overcome whatever that may come your way. When you leave this place, you get out imparted in a way that you can stand any challenge that the enemy can always bring your way. You know that you are a child of God, that have got authority and have got power to rise up against any kind of darkness. So this is an outstanding experience that we have gone through this conference, and this is something that's quite very great. I can see the commitment, the dedication of the ministry, how it is empowering, how it is building individuals, how people are becoming soldiers by understanding the life of a sacrifice, the life of a Christian, as we are called to be the soldiers of Christ. I really expect that my visitation is not going to leave me, the way I came. I've been battling with the, spiritual forces of darkness. I've tried for quite a long period of time from my background, but then you find that it's like, if you look at what happened, the 5 revelations that I received in the night just after one Sunday of an encounter with a man of God, which was, after that impartation of the word that the man of God preached, roaring is the man of God. I strongly believe that this is the beginning of my total freedom. I'm a man that I've worked so hard, but you find that everything that I work, they end up being on the ground, they end up being destroyed by the word of darkness. But from this time forward, I believe that our days of prosperity, our days of encounter have really come, that we can be able to move with the Holy Ghost, can be able to have the impartation of the Holy Spirit through what the ministration of the man of God.
Tribe of Enoch, the nation of fire, presents Global Roar for All Nations with the bondservant of Christ, John.
Roar for your nation!
Join Pastor John Anosike to war for nations. Every country must be represented. Register now and be part of the Roar for Nations with Pastor John Anosike by scanning the QR code on the screen. Date: Saturday, the 7th of December, 2024. Time: 6 p.m. Central African Time. Venue: 284 Voortrekker Road, Maitland, Cape Town, South Africa.